This is Waco Tanks from Clout Gaming, here with some intermediate clashing. So I've been practicing this minor poison deck for a while now, and I figured I would air it out in a classic challenge for you guys. So it's a pretty standard opening, you know, minor with some DPS troops. Of course he knows how to counter that. I'm not quite sure what he has. Maybe I should have blocked that, but I didn't know exactly how I wanted to respond with the first wave of fire spirits, so I let it just come through to see if he was going to back it up with anything. Here I get a little bit of value out of this poison, so that's a good move for me. Even though poisoning a bowler is not your best idea, it takes out the rest of those fire spirits and furnace, and then the bowler's nearly knocked out, so I don't have to worry about him. Now that musketeer, if you notice, did a lot of work. It basically took out the wizard and the bowler single-handedly. Okay, now I'm a little concerned because I see he's going to have a big push, but luckily I've got a lot of elixir. So I throw some weenies up at him. He gets a 2-for-3 trade. Good for him. Now this is important. You're going to see this a lot in this match. The tank and spank phenomenon. I'm tanking with the ice golem, spanking with the other troops. So make sure the bowler isn't taking out my skellies or my musk. And here, look, I'm tanking the bowler hits with my miner. That's why I put the miner in that corner, so that the musk could take him out. The nice thing about the re-aggro as a bowler is that you can really distract him as long as you have something like a musk or some archers, you know, nearby that he's not going to hit. So right now I'm feeling pretty good. I've got a solid half tower up on my opponent, and I've got plenty of elixir. I go for an elixir bank, musk at the back, thinking I'll support another plebby push with the miner and some weenies. He shuts that down real quick, but I still managed to get, you know, a few swings in, plus the poison. Poison's doing work. He takes out my musketeer, but I had time to cycle back to my next musketeer, place another cannon, and look, he's clumped all of his troops for another poison. It's a pretty effective lightning there, but he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff left because of my poison. So I drop another musk in the back to bank some elixir. I need to distract this giant, but I also need a tank for my musk, so I place the ice golem before I place the cannon. Gives the cannon a little bit more HP because it's on the field a little bit less time. Now this is just pretty standard finish. So that's a basic example of how the deck works with some emphasis on the tank and spank. So now here's another round, and this was a really exciting round for me. So I typically play hog cycle decks, and this guy's going to play kind of a hog cycle deck against me. I have the same opening as I did last time, and now I think, oh, hog's coming. I placed that cannon a little bit too far to the left, and so the hog didn't have to run very far, which is why I had to back it up with a log. Also, that skeleton defense was probably unnecessary. The archer was nearly dead. But now I have some idea what's in his hand. You're going to see me a couple of times. I don't think the fire spirits around the miner is the best idea, but when you've got it, and that's all you've got, you got to do it. Now this, I get a nice elixir trade. Logging the top of the heads of those archers. It's not a great move, but it works. Here the skeletons were too far to the right. They should have been one square further to the left. Again, that cannon was too close to my tower, so between the misplaced skeletons and cannon, he gets a good chunk out of my tower. If we could replay that and my skeletons and cannon had been both one square over, I'm confident I would have had 200, 300 rocket points. Okay, here pretty standard approach. Miner with poison to kill his defending troops. I get, you know, some chip damage, but his Inferno Tower is completely worthless now. I can bypass the Inferno Tower, so he's got to use a different placement. I don't know if that was a misplay by him or what. Okay, without a whole lot to do, I'll bank some elixir with my Ice Golem. I've recently been told you should not put him behind your King Tower, but in front of your King Tower, because it's just too slow. He gets a decent attack in on me, because I didn't defend well there. Now, that's a late cannon placement. I'm really not happy with it. Good skeleton surround, but if I would have played a little bit more effectively, I wouldn't have had to do such a late cannon placement. Okay, now you see me doing again that Fire Spirit surround I don't like doing. Tank the Ice Spirit with the Ice Golem, and I'm just barely holding onto that tower. So right now, I'm definitely down. He has adjusted his Inferno Tower placement to keep my miner away from his tower. I'm not psyched. But he keeps split pushing, so I think he's planning to make this a 2-tower game, and he was a little preemptive with that. I think he was a little too sure that he was going to get this this tower mine. Another fantastic Inferno placement, completely blocks me. But you see that things are close enough now. All I have to do is block one hog push, send in my miner, and that's going to be GG for me. Thanks for watching.